Hello and welcome to EFA, that is Engineering for All. In the previous lecture we started with the multiplexers and demultiplexers, and in this lecture we are going to see that how can we implement the higher order multiplexers and demultiplexers with the help of the lower order multiplexers and demultiplexers. Okay, so let us start with the first example. So first of all we will discuss about the multiplexers. So let us say in the first example we have to implement 4 is to 1 mux, right, using 2 is to 1 mux, right. So we are having a number of 2 is to 1 muxes. We have to adjust them in such a way that they function in the form of a 4 is to 1 mux. So first of all we need to understand that how many number of muxes are required, that is 2 is to 1 mux are required, how many select lines are required, and how can we arrange them, right. So for that what we have to do is, first of all, let us say that we are having 4 is to 1 mux which has to be implemented. So first of all, divide this 4 by this 2. Okay, so 4 divided by 2 will be equal to 2. Right, so again divide this 2 by 2 and keep on dividing it if till the time we get 1 at this position, or we get a fractional number at this position. Okay, so 4 by 2 will be equal to 2 and 2 by 2 will be equal to 1. So now we have received 1 at this position, so we cannot divide this 1 again by 2, so we have to stop over here. So first of all we need to see that how many number of 2 is to 1 muxes are required. So we are having 2 plus 1 will be equal to 3, that is 3 number of 2 is to 1 mux are required. And how we have to adjust them? We have to make two levels, right. This will be the first level and this will be the second level. In the first level we need two 2 is to 1 muxes, and in the second level we need one 2 is to 1 mux, right. So total levels will be equal to 2. And how many number of select lines do we require? Because we are making 4 is to 1 multiplexer, therefore 4 can be written as 2 power 2. So therefore 2 number of select lines are required. Okay, so because this is 4 is to 1 multiplexer, therefore 4 number of input lines will be there, and ultimately we'll be having one number of the output line. So I have, as I've already discussed, that we need three number of 2 is to 1 multiplexers. So first of all, in the first level, right, so in first level we need two multiplexers. This is the diagram which can be made, right. So this is the first 2 is to 1 mux, this is second 2 is to 1 mux, and into these two muxes we are giving the inputs, right. So two inputs are given to the first mux, and second two inputs are given to the second mux, and whatever we are getting from these muxes, they are given as the inputs to the third mux at this position, and ultimately we will be having the output at y. Now as already discussed, that select lines will be equal to 2, so therefore we have to distribute the select lines between these levels, right. So first level will be having select line, let us say, equal to s0. The second level will be having the select line equal to s1. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram which can be made. Now let us verify this circuit diagram, that whether it is working properly or not. So for that what we have to do is we have to draw the truth table, right. So truth table can be drawn as now at this position you can see, first of all we have to write s1 and s0. S1 S0 is written, and we have to write y at the second end. Okay, so S1 and S0 can have four values. They can be 0 0 0 1 1 0 or 1 1. Okay, so accordingly the output should be coming, right. So whatever we are getting at these inputs, that is I0, I1, I2 and I3, according to the values of these select lines, these inputs should pass through the 2 is to 1 multiplexers, and ultimately a single output, single input which will reach at the output in each case. Okay, so let us see. Okay, so first of all we are having s1 and s0 equal to 0 and 0. It means we are having 0 at this position and 0 at this position, right. So suppose we are having 0, first of all we are having 0 at this position, so this select line is given to both these multiplexers. Okay, so because we are having s is equal to 0, therefore the first input, that is I naught, from this multiplexer, it will pass through this multiplexer and reach at the output end. Okay, from the second multiplexer, this I2, it will pass through the multiplexer and it will reach at the output. Okay, further we are having S1 is equal to 0. Therefore, out of these two outputs which are coming as the inputs to this multiplexer, right, the first one, that is your I naught, it will pass through the multiplexer, and this I2, this will be blocked, right? So I naught will pass through this multiplexer and it will reach at the output. So ultimately when we are having 0 0, therefore this I naught is getting the access at the output, right? So this will reach at the further end. Okay, let us see the second condition, that is s naught is equal to 0 and sorry s1 is equal to 0 and s naught is equal to 1, right? So therefore this s1 is equal to 0, this will come at this position, and s naught, right, that is equal to 1, it will come at this position, right? So whenever we are having 1 at this position, therefore the second inputs which are getting into the multiplexers, they will pass through the multiplexer, right? So suppose we are having s not equal to 1, so in the first multiplexer, out of these two input lines, I1 will pass through the multiplexer and come at this output. So they will be having I1 at this position, right, when we are having s not is equal to 1. Okay, out of this multiplexer we are having I3, so I3 will pass through this multiplexer out of these two, right? So we'll be having I3 at this position. Okay, now at this position we are having S1 equal to 0. So again the previous condition will occur. The first one, the first input which is coming from here to this multiplexer, right, it will have the access to pass through the multiplexer and it will reach again the output. So what we were having at this position, we were having I1, right? So out of I1 and I3, I1 will get the access through the multiplexer, right, and it will reach the output. So if we are having 0 1 at the select lines, therefore we will be having I1. Okay, so next one is we are having s1 equal to 1 and s naught equal to 0. So this 0 will come at this position and 1 will come at this position, right? So when we are having 0 at this position, again we can say that the first inputs to the multiplexers, they will pass through the these muxes, right? So when we are having s naught equal to 0, this I naught will pass through the multiplexer and this I2 will pass through the multiplexer. Okay, so after that we are having s1 equal to 1, right? So out of these outputs which are coming as the input to this multiplexer, out of this I naught and I2 will get the access to pass through this multiplexer and it will reach at the output. So if we are having 1 0, right, 1 0 at the select lines, we will be having I2 at the output. Similarly for 1 1, right? So if we are having 1 at this position, right, so I1 from here and I3 will get the accesses to pass through their respective multiplexers. So at this position we will be having I1, at this position we will be having I3. So again at S1 the value is equal to 1, therefore I3 will pass through the multiplexer and I1 will be blocked, right? So we will be having I3 at the output. So this will be our we can say the truth table, right? So which we receive from this complete multiplexer, right, after implementation of the higher order, that is 4:1 multiplexer using the 2:1 muxes. Okay, so this is the first example. Okay, so let us move on to the second example. Right, so in the second example you can see that we have to implement 8:1 mux using 2:1 mux, right? So the steps are the same, right? So first of all we have to divide this 8 by 2, right? So 8 divided by 2 will be equal to, first of all, 4, right? So this 4 will again be divided by 2, this will be equal to 2, then 2 will again be divided into 2, divided by 2, it will be equal to 1. So in total we need 4 plus 2 equal to 6 plus 1, 7 number of the multiplexers, right? So and how many number of levels will be there? 1 2 and 3 levels are required. So this will be level number 1, level number 2 and level 3. Okay, so total levels are 3, select lines required are 3, because 8:1 multiplexer is has to be implemented, therefore 8 can be written as 2 power 3. So whatever is there in the power, that is 3, that will be the number of the select lines. So select lines are equal to 3. So input lines will be equal to 8 and the output lines will be a single one, that is 1. Okay, so again we can make the 2:1 multiplexers like this. So in the first level 4 multiplexers are made, in the second level 2 multiplexers are made, in third level the single multiplexer is made, right? So each of these multiplexers will be having 2 inputs. So let us say I0, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5, I6 and I7. These are the inputs which are given to these 4 multiplexers, 2:1 multiplexers. Okay, so again we'll be having now 3 number of select lines. So S0, S1 and S2, these are the select lines. right? And when we have to make the truth table, right, so they will be written like this. So S2 will be written first of all, right, S1 will be written in the middle, and S0 will be written at the end. So this is, you need to remember very carefully, because if you write S0, S1 and S2 in these positions, the outputs will change, right? So the outputs will change. This is very important tip, right? So you need to understand this, right? So whatever is there in the select lines, right, so first of all we have to write the last select in the first position, the middle one in the middle, and the first one in the last position, right? So in this way you have to arrange the select lines. Okay, so after that again we are having 0 0 and 0, right? So all the select lines are having 0. So when we are having 0 at this position, the first inputs from each of these multiplexers, they will pass through, right? So we'll be having I0 from here, I2 from here, I4 from here, and I6 from here. Again we're having S1 equal to 0. Therefore out of these two multiplexers, again the first inputs will pass, right? So we'll be having I0 from here and I4 from here. Again at this position we will be having I0 and I4. So therefore we here we are having S2 is equal to 0. Again I0 will be passed through it, right? So we will be having ultimately I0, right? So whenever we are having 0 0 1, therefore 0 0 and 1, right, this will be the value of the select lines. So when we are having 1 at this position, right, so the second inputs to all these multiplexers, they will be passed. So first of all we will be having I1, then I3, I5 and I7, right? So by passing through all these multiplexers, so we will be having I1, I3, I5, I7. At this position we are having S1 is equal to 0. So whenever we are having the first the select line equal to 0, the first inputs, they are passed. So from here we were having I1, from here we were having I4, right? So we which have to pass through these multiplexers, and we'll be having I1 and I4 over here, right? So again S2 is equal to 0, so I1 will pass again through this multiplexer, and ultimately we'll be having I1. So in this way you can complete this table, and you will see that all the values, right, so they are coming in the ascending order. That is I0, I1, I2, I3, I4, I5 and I6 and I7, right? So if you shuffle these select lines, the values over here, they will also shuffle. Okay, so next example is example number 3. That is, in this case, that we have to implement 8:1 multiplexer with the help of the 4:1 multiplexer. Now this is somewhat a tedious task. This you have to remember. This is a trick over here, right? So the trick is that now suppose you're having you have to implement 8:1 multiplexer with the help of the 4:1 multiplexer. So the first step is same. We have to divide this 8 by 4, right? So 8 by 4 will be equal to 2, right? So now we are not having 1 at this position, right? So we have to again divide this by 4, right? So when 2 is divided by 4, the answer is equal to 0.5, right? So at this position you can see that we are having the value in the decimals, right? So in the it is not an integer, right? So it is a floating point number. So when it is a floating point number, right, so in that case what we have to do is the levels will be two levels, right? So first level is here and the second level is there at this position, right? So at the second level, right, so if we implement, let us say, now the question is that if we have to implement the 8:1 mux with the help of the 4:1 mux, right? So if we implement 4:1 mux at this position, now we know that the 4:1 mux should be having 4 number of input lines, right? And there should be 2 number of the select lines, right? So in that case, when the outputs are coming from these two multiplexers, there will be only 2 in numbers, right? So one is coming from here and second is coming from here, right? So when these two outputs are coming from these two multiplexers as the input to the next 4:1 multiplexer, only 2 number of the input lines will be covered and the rest 2 will be empty. Okay, and secondly, the number of select lines required over here will be more than 1, right? So because we are having 8:1 multiplexer, therefore in total we need 3 number of select lines. 2 number of select lines are utilized over here, and here we need only 1 select line. Okay, so if we implement 4:1 mux, then that condition will be violated, right? So here we have to do is we have to replace this multiplexer with the we have to replace this with the 2:1 multiplexer, right? So there are two ways to solve this question. So I am solving this with one of the question, one of the method. The one method is that in place of 4 is to 1 mux we can implement 2 is to 1 mux. Now 2 is to 1 mux is having only two number of input lines and one select line is there. Okay, so this is one of the method. Okay, second method can be that in place of this multiplexer we can use the OR gate, right? So OR gate is a type of the logic gate, right, which can pass one of the values from here, right? So when how can that one value be passed from here? That depends upon one another signal, right, that has to be given to these multiplexers, right? So that is a tedious task. I'm not going to discuss that method over here, right? So another signal has to be given to these multiplexers in the form of enable, right? So whenever the enable is given to these two multiplexers, they will be that will be given in the complemented form. That is, if enable is high for this multiplexer, it will be low for this one. If it is low for this one, it will be high for this one. So out of these two multiplexers at a time, only one will give the output, right? So whenever we're having the OR gate at this position, right, so it will be receiving the input only from one of the multiplexer, and second will not be having any of the output lines though. So therefore none of the inputs will be given at the as the second one, right? So only one input will be coming at a time, and that input will be passed as the output, right? So that is one of the methods, right? So here I am discussing and the simplest form, right, in which the 4 is to 1 mux can be replaced by the 2 is to 1 mux, right? So in this case you can see that we are having 8 number of the input lines, because we need to make the 8 is to 1 mux, and 3 number of select lines are used, right? 2 select lines are used over here, and one is used at this position, right? So total number of levels are 2, select lines are 3, input lines are 8, and output lines are 1, right? So again we need to adjust these select lines, right? So this will be S2, S1 and S0, right? So they will be having 8 values starting from 0 to 7 in decimal, and in binary they will be starting from 0 0 0 0 0 1 up to 1 1 and 1. Okay, so again for the first condition, that is we are having 0 0 and 0, so this will be 0, this will also be 0, and this one will also be 0. So whenever we are having all the zeros, the first inputs they will pass, right? And at this position also the first one will pass, and we will be having the I not this position, right? So this is exactly the same. The method discussed over here is exactly the same which we have discussed in the previous example. Okay. Okay, so let us move on to the next example, that is implementation of the higher orders demultiplexers. So in the previous slides we have discussed about the multiplexers. Now we are going to discuss about the demultiplexers. So how can we implement the demultiplexers? Now the method is the same, right? So this is just a slight difference, right? So what we will do is, now suppose the first example is example number 4 is actually that you have to implement 1 cross 8 demultiplexer using 1 cross 4 demultiplexers, right? So, and because we are having 1 is to 8 demultiplexer implementation using 1 is to 4 demultiplexer, therefore 1 is to 2 demultiplexer is also required. The first thing we have to do is we have to divide this 8 by 4, right? So 8 divided by 4 will be equal to 2, so 2 divided by 4 again will be equal to 0.5. again the same condition is occurring as we have discussed in the previous the implementation. Okay, so again we have to replace the 1 is to 4 demultiplexer with 1 is to 2 demux. Okay, so now we are having total levels equal to 2, and select lines will be equal to 3, because we have to implement 1 is to 8. So input lines will be single one, right? And the output lines will be 8 in number, right? So when we talk about this type of the demultiplexer, so in this case, now let us say that we are having 3 select lines S2, S1 and S0, and output lines are Y7, Y6, Y5, Y4, Y3, Y2, Y1 and Y0, or vice versa, right? Now suppose now these select lines, they will be having 8 number of the combinations, right? So starting from 0 to 7, right? So if all of them are having 0 0 and 0, the output which is coming the input which is coming from a single line, that will be sent on to one of the lines, right? So that will be given to, let us say, Y0. Okay, so after that we are having, if you are having 0 0 1, the input will be going at Y1, right? After that, if you are having 0 1 0, the input will be going at Y2, If you're having 0 1 1, it will be going at y3, the next one will go at y4, next at y5, next at y6, and the last one at y7, right? So you can see that we will be having the inputs adjusted onto the outputs in this manner, right? So that is first in the first condition we will be having at y0, then y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, 6, and 7, and rest all the outputs at will be equal to 0, right, when one of the outputs are receiving the its value. Okay, so if we have to make the circuit, so first of all we need to see that what can be the boolean expressions for them. So what can be the boolean expression? That will be equal to s2 complement s1 complement s naught complement into y naught, right? So for second output, right, so we will be having, sorry, not y naught, it will be equal to multiplied by I, that is s2 complement s1 complement s naught complement into I, that will be equal to y naught. So y1 will be equal to I into s2 complement s1 complement into s naught, right? So ultimate in the similar way we can get the values of these y7 y6 y5 4 3 and so on, right? So in the similar manner. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram which we can make, right? This is the actually in the form of the block diagram. You can see that first of all we are getting the input, right, onto 1:2 demultiplexer, and in this demultiplexer we will be having only single select line, and over here, right, so we will be having two number of the 1:4 demultiplexers which will be having two select lines, that is s1 and s0, and ultimately we will be having the outputs, right? Okay, so next one is implementation of 1 cross 16 demultiplexer using 1 cross 8 demultiplexer and 1 cross 2 demultiplexer. Again dividing 16 by 8, right? So we will be having value equal to 2, and 2 divided by 8 will be equal to 0.25. So again we are having two number of levels. This will be our first level, this will be our second level. In the first level we will be using 1 cross 2 demultiplexer. In the second level we will be using 1 cross 8 demultiplexers. In this case we will be using 3 select lines. Here we will be using 4 single select line. So 1 plus 3 will be equal to 4, that is 4 number of select lines are required, right? So for complete 1 cross 8 demultiplexer. Okay, so select lines will be 4, input line will be single, and the output lines will be actually equal to 16. This is 8 written over here, but this should be equal to 16. So 8 is coming at from the first demultiplexer, and 8 next 8 are coming from the second demultiplexer. Okay, so the way or the method of passing the information from here to all these select lines is exactly the same as we have discussed in the previous example. So thank you so much, and if you like this video and you find it knowledgeable, please subscribe it, like and share it, and please share it with your friends so that they can be benefited. And in the next one we'll see that how the Boolean expressions can be implemented with the help of the multiplexers. Thank you so much.